There's a tree that is so dangerous that even standing beneath its branches can be fatal.
This creature was caught on camera at a Northside neighborhood.
When you come across something this unique, so many questions start racing through your mind.
Foresters cut this tree and boom.
Mystery is what defines the woods, and discovery is what makes them even more intriguing. On a tree, over a tree, or even inside one.
Oh my goodness.
The video shows the creepiest tree discoveries, which no one was supposed to see otherwise. Hidden cigarettes. A group of Russian smugglers were caught trying to transport around 25,000 cigarettes hidden inside hollowed-out tree trunks. However, before the disguised cargo could reach its intended destination, customs officers intervened during a random inspection. The officers were surprised by how cleverly the smugglers hid cigarette packs in tree trunks. The craftsmanship was so good that it was hard to tell the tampered trunks from normal ones. The logs felt unusually light, making the officers suspicious. But even after their tries, their vicious plan hidden in trees was revealed, and everything was settled in the end. Woman tree roots. In this dense forest, known for its mysterious occurrences, a group of hikers recently stumbled upon a tree with roots uncannily resembling a woman. This wasn't the first time such a bewildering sight had been witnessed in these woods. Previously, a similar phenomenon had been recorded, a tree trunk eerily mirroring a woman with flowing hair. Both events, captured in low-quality videos, have fueled intense speculation and fear. Theories range from natural anomalies to darker suggestions of ritual sacrifices, with some believing these women were somehow merged with the trees. Local legends of cult practices in the forest add to the intrigue, hinting at souls trapped within the tree trunks. These consecutive discoveries, linking past and present, have deepened the mystery and fascination surrounding this enigmatic forest. Stuck Anaconda. Deep in the Indonesian forest, while gathering wood, a group stumbled upon a massive fallen tree. Initially elated at their find, their joy quickly turned to astonishment when they peered inside the hollow trunk. Contrary to expectation, the tree's core was the unusual resting spot of a gigantic anaconda. Distinctly displeased at the human intrusion, finding an anaconda in such a place was rare, as snakes typically don't occupy tree interiors. Without delay, a rescue team arrived. They carefully dismantled the decaying trunk to extract the immense snake. Once safely removed, the anaconda was transported to a reptile care facility nearby, ensuring its well-being after the unexpected encounter. Monkey skulls. So there was this man in the Konyak Naga village of Nyanyu whose eye caught something utterly bizarre. It was this tree, not like any other, but adorned with monkey skulls. Yeah, monkey skulls right there in the open. But wait, it gets wilder. This tree also sported old Mithun skulls. If you didn't know, the Konyak Nagas were legendary hunters. So that, their longhouses were filled with many types of animal skulls. They mostly saw them crafted into these priceless bamboo baskets. But this tree in Nyanya? Totally unique. You won't believe what's next. Coin tree. Money doesn't grow on trees, right? Well, if that's the case, how would you explain this? Hundreds of coins embedded on the tree branch. It certainly is not your typical coin tree, but actually dates back to the era of Queen Victoria, when wish trees were part of their tradition. People used to embed coins into the trunk of these trees. Their wishes would be granted. Over time, these trees appeared as if they were sprouting coins, not ordinary but some valuable coins. These unique trees could be found throughout England, rooted in the traditional belief that divine spirits residing within the trees are the ones granting these wishes. Hanging shoes. Talking about strange customs, here's another one.
The shoe tree is exactly as it sounds, with hundreds of pairs of shoes.
This tree was discovered by a group of explorers in a remote corner of India. They encountered a strange and disquieting spectacle of several trees decorated with shoes while venturing further. These branches and trunks bore an unusual collection of old, worn-out shoes, each pair telling a silent story.
At some point, somebody threw a pair of shoes in the tree. Some other point, somebody threw a second pair.
With each story having a sinister side, the side of black magic. Yes, The locals hang the shoes, once belonging to individuals. And for all the wrong reasons, I must say. And these wrong reasons include chilling reminders of the dark forces that haunt the shadowy woods. Animals stuck in tree. Now I seriously don't know what forces these animals to get their heads stuck inside trees. A cow? It's in there. A deer? Done. An elk? He ended his life by being stuck inside that tree. Lastly, here is a giraffe. Not just trapped inside, but I have seen animals living their last breaths inside those tree trunks. Okay, so with elk, the reason is quite simple and easy to comprehend.
Look at that.
Outpacing horses with their 40 miles per hour speed, they just could not spot the trees from far away. And when they do, it's already too late for them to do anything. Almost the same is the case with deer. They easily get their antlers inside things, like here, where it got them stuck inside a tree, but just cannot manage to free them. And giraffes? We all know that their long necks are not much of a help. So here we have it, several animals with only one enemy, tree trunks. Fruit skull. Okay, so who would dare to eat fruits from this skull tree? Not me for sure. Well, this weird fruit tree is actually made for the exact reason, to not let people eat it. These are created by a Chinese company that has gone beyond the standard spherical and rectangular fruit molds and has come out with some wacky, spooky ones. Why? Because people have been taking fruits from the trees and they wanted to restrain people from plucking them. The strategy behind this is that more often than not, when a fruit is of an odd shape, people are put off by it and will mostly end up not having it. Hairy tree. This bizarre sight seemed to defy the rules of nature. Spotted by a man trying to figure out what he just witnessed, it didn't seem like any ordinary fur. It was actually a cluster of countless arachnids.
Pensabas que era cabello, no lo es.
It was only when the man poked the cluster with a stick, the tiny but scary crawlers began creeping all over the tree trunk.
Y así son millones y millones.
The reason behind their strange tactic is only one: survival. They come together not to attack but to ward off predators, as they don't carry venom. So, next time you spot them, try not to touch them. Deer skull. A living deer or his remains, deers always give me a sinister vibe. Watch this man here who stumbled upon several deer bones scattered throughout the forest. What was the reason behind this strange discovery was not disclosed by the explorer, but I think it could be one deer who became the meal of scavengers. And now his remains are telling his story of decomposition, which is usually the fate of every animal in the wild. Animals who meet their end usually serve the maggot who covers and feeds on the carcasses, leading to a similar end. Mysterious creature. Secrets hidden in the forest can either leave you amazed or will scare the life out of you. And this video surely did the later one. This eerie video was recorded in a forest in 2022. This man was wandering when suddenly he encountered a spine-chilling sight, a mysterious creature. Its presence was both terrifying and mesmerizing, sending shivers down his spine. The man, frozen in fear, couldn't determine if it was a spectral apparition or an undiscovered animal. The creature vanished quietly between the trees, and it remained a mystery as to what it really was. This brief, unsettling encounter left the man with more questions than answers, pondering the mysteries hidden in the heart of the forest. Baby zebra rescue. This video shows the miraculous rescue of a baby zebra who got stuck in a tree. In his continuous tries to come out of the trunk, he got heard by a bunch of safari workers. They immediately rushed to help and successfully managed to free the baby zebra. Impatient to go back and running right after his freedom, the animal struggled initially, and then there it was, standing back on its feet, safe and sound. The safari workers waited there for some time and captured the heartwarming moments of zebra union happening near them. Bird skull. Nature can be really cruel sometimes, and to prove my point, I've got a video of this bird to show you guys. The poor creature met its end while hanging to the tree branch, although I am unsure about the reason behind her demise. There could be several reasons for this. It might have happened due to severe weather conditions, especially extreme cold, which can be too much for birds. Or it might be due to illnesses or diseases that spread quickly among bird populations. Last but not the least, a predatory attack could have led the bird to her untimely end. Whatever may be the reason, such occurrences are a reminder that nature is full of unexpected events, which can easily leave us shocked. Cow rescue. A cow from a farm in Indonesia got lost, and when the owner found it, it was stuck to the tree like this. The position it was stuck in made it impossible for the cow to escape on its own. Local people, along with authorities, quickly gathered to assist the trapped animal. Suffering from dehydration and weakness due to the prolonged entrapment, the situation was urgent. The rescuers decided to carefully cut the branch to which the cow was bound. The task was fraught with danger, especially with the use of an electrical saw near the animal. Despite these challenges, the team persevered and fortunately managed to free the cow without causing it any harm. The successful rescue operation ended with the cow safely released, unharmed from its unexpected ordeal. Mysterious goats. Tree-climbing goats may sound like a mythical species, but they're real, although not naturally inclined to live in trees. These particular goats, which seem to have a curiosity similar to birds, are actually Moroccan goats known for their extraordinary ability to scale trees. Watching them balance effortlessly on branches is truly astonishing. But don't let this unusual sight bewilder you too much. While it's an extraordinary scene, these goats don't climb trees as part of their natural behavior. They are trained to do so. This unique skill turns them into a popular attraction for tourists, as these flying goats offer a spectacle that is both unusual and captivating. Bird hanging with tree. In an unusual turn of events, a kingfisher's insect hunt took an unexpected detour, resulting in its beak getting trapped in a tree trunk, leaving the bird hanging in midair. Fortunately, a group of people noticed the struggling bird and quickly intervened to rescue it. Oddly enough, it seemed that the kingfisher had been stuck for quite some time, and readjusting to its natural environment was a bit of a challenge. The bird frantically moved its neck, causing some worry among its rescuers. However, the good news was that the kingfisher was finally free and out of harm's way. Stuck lambs. This unfortunate lamb experienced a harrowing ordeal when it became entangled in a carnivorous plant. Wrapped tightly by the plant's tendrils, the lamb found itself in a dire situation. Along came another lamb, also finding itself helplessly caught in the same predicament. Their struggles only worsened the entanglement.
Here you go. Another one. Finally, two of them.
Fortunately, the farm owner discovered them in their distressing state. With careful and efficient efforts, he managed to cut away the constricting branches, liberating the first lamb. Yet, the challenge wasn't over, as the second lamb was in an even more critical condition, unable to free itself due to the plant's relentless grip. The farm owner's timely intervention was crucial in preventing a tragic outcome for these ensnared lambs. Cobra in Tree. These arborists were cutting trees and there was a surprise waiting for them, but definitely not an expected surprise. When they were cutting the palm tree, there was a huge cobra waiting for them to say welcome. Cobras, like many snakes, sometimes go into trees for several reasons. They do this to find food, like birds or their eggs, which are often in trees. Trees also offer safety from predators on the ground. Cobras are good climbers and can move easily among branches. Additionally, being in trees helps them to get warmth from the sun, which is important because they are cold-blooded and need external heat sources. So, cobras climb trees for food, safety, and warmth. Satanic cult. In a deserted field, a courageous trio explored the eerie territory rumored to be frequented by a satanic cult. An oppressive silence enveloped them as they moved forward, occasionally spotting shadowy figures that added to the unsettling atmosphere.
Not to that side, but there is people here.
It seemed as though the very wind carried sinister secrets. As night approached, they encountered a daunting tree. It was an unsettling sight with ropes, chains, and crosses hanging from it, all eerily illuminated by flickering candlelight.
Flowers, the vase, the conkers.
Nearby, a stone circle and an ancient hawthorn tree stood, silent witnesses to the area's chilling past. A sense of dread overwhelmed the group as they realized this field was a ground for dark and forbidden rituals. Unusual growth. The locals were intrigued by an unusual growth on the trees, something they had never observed before. As the season progressed, they noticed that as caterpillars grew, so did the webbing. By summer's end, the trees appeared almost to have burst open, covered extensively in webs. Driven by curiosity, the locals turned to the internet for answers, but found nothing resembling the peculiar oversized sacs hanging from the trees. Upon closer examination, it became clear that these were not natural parts of the plants, but rather intricate webs. It was initially thought these were spider webs cocooning the trees with millions of spiders within. However, a more chilling discovery was made. These were the secretive dwellings of tiny elusive bagworms, weaving their concealed habitats in plain sight. Mysterious bats. Indeed, the site was akin to a grand mansion for bats. This particular tree, aptly named the Indian bat tree, seemed to accommodate the whole local bat population. Living up to its name remarkably, the tree's branches were draped in a thick blanket of tree bats, all hanging upside down, resembling a natural chandelier. The quantity of bats congregating was nothing short of astounding, almost as if a bat gathering was in full swing. Their fluttering wings cast enigmatic, shadowy patterns across the branches, lending an almost otherworldly appearance to the tree. Oldest tree. Archaeologists in northern Thailand unearthed an extraordinary find.
It is eerily quiet here.
A fossilized tree dating back 80,000 years. This tree surpassing the height of even the tallest known trees.
So the ping actually came through here.
Measured an impressive 72.2 meters. Such a length suggested that the original tree, complete with leaves and branches, could have reached a staggering height of 100 meters. The fossil further revealed that this ancient tree once thrived in a moist tropical forest, standing tall through countless centuries.
What was going on back then? I mean, Homo sapiens like you and me.
And now, let us move on to our subscriber pick of the day. This image was sent to us by a subscriber. Similarly, if you ever wish to know more about an image you come across, just send it to us. Who knows, we might even feature it in one of our videos. Presented here is a peculiar tree, discovered in the midst of a notorious haunted forest. At first glance, it may seem just like any other tree, but upon closer examination, its dark, hardened bark revealed a startling secret. A humanoid face with eerie features seems to be pressing out from within. Legends swirl around this phenomenon, with some suggesting that the face could be that of spirits lost in these eerie woods. Others theorize a more sinister narrative, imagining a demon trapped within the ancient tree as a form of punishment. Botanists, however, offer a more scientific explanation, noting that as trees age, their bark can morph into various unusual forms. Despite these diverse interpretations, the true nature of this tree remains a topic of intrigue. What are your thoughts on this unusual and mysterious tree? Goat climbing trees. Challenging the very essence of gravity, a goat was spotted high up in a palm tree, seemingly taking the phrase "go above and beyond" quite literally in its quest for food. It appeared as though the goat had ambitiously climbed to great heights to feast on the palm leaves. However, the steepness of the trunk seemed to have left the goat precariously stranded midway. Perhaps the goat had a change of heart about its adventurous endeavor. Surprisingly, goats, particularly those from Morocco, are adept at scaling steep terrains, including mountains and, believe it or not, trees. But this particular tree, lacking branches, presented a hazardous challenge, and the goat found itself stuck. Fortunately, it was later rescued. emerging from the ordeal unharmed and safe. See you next time.